Is Orlando the greatest golf city in the world? I'm Phil Kruse, and welcome to the Orlando Real Estate Lifestyle. Look, I was golfing recently, and as I watched my ball bounce off the roof of somebody's house, it gave me the idea for this episode. Today, we're going to be talking about golf in Orlando, but not just the game itself. We're going to be talking about the best golf communities in the Central Florida region, how growth of the game of golf might affect real estate in Orlando, and some of the super interesting history of our most famous golf courses. And there's even an app you can join for easy after work golf, like I do every Thursday. But before we get started, I'm a real estate agent, and one of my main lead sources are listeners like you. So when it's your time to make a real estate decision in Orlando, like moving to a golf course community or a country club, think of me, Phil Kruse. That's Kruse with a K, Kruse. Whether you sell or buy a house with me, a portion of all my commissions goes to charity. I volunteer at the New Image Youth Center every Wednesday here during the Orange County school year. Don't forget to follow me on all my social platforms. I'm all over Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. Again, search Phil Kruse. That's Kruse with a K. And follow me if you're watching on YouTube. Hit the bell. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple or wherever, subscribe to me there. I drop new episodes every Monday. All kinds of great content about Orlando, real estate specific stuff, lifestyle stuff, or stuff that crosses them both together, like this one. Golf, real estate, it's a perfect marriage, especially here in Orlando. If you've ever played golf, you know how hard it is, but you also know how amazing it can be to hit that perfect shot or to simply enjoy Orlando's perfect weather with friends and, yes, some cold beers. If you don't play, are you thinking about starting? Orlando is a perfect place to get started. So before we dig in to the best courses and golf real estate, let me hit you up with a few quick golf growth facts. Golf is absolutely exploding. Just behind pickleball, golf is absolutely the fastest growing sport in the country, if not the world. And since 2014, it is the fastest growing sport by volume, adding tens of millions of new golfers since that time. There's been a 10% increase in the number of rounds played. A round is when you go and play golf, right? So there's been a 10% increase in that since the pandemic hit. That's thanks to 530 million rounds of golf played every year, if not more. You know, that's a year or two old statistic. It's probably more by now. It's exploding globally. Worldwide, we're seeing 1 million or so golfers joining the sport each year. Now, if we live in one of the greatest golf cities in the country or the world, that's obviously a great thing for our tourism. If golf is growing internationally and Orlando is known for golf, you know that means they're coming right here where Orlando has the largest airport in the state of Florida and so many golf courses. And let's not forget, it's great for our short-term rental community and market down over by Disney and Champions Gate, where there's so many golf courses down there. Junior participation, all right, kids under the age of 18 has nearly doubled over the past few years. Look, I'm one of those people with my kids. I got my oldest son into golf last year over at the local public course, Dubsdread Golf Course in College Park. They have one of the best teaching academies in the entire country. That's right here in Orlando. There's more women and girls playing than ever before. So it's a truly gender diverse sport. You could go out there and play with your wife. You can go out there and play with your daughter. It's so awesome. And it's estimated that golf is an 11 billion with a B dollar industry in the state of Florida. That's a lot of freaking money. And this is part of the reason why our governor is talking about dropping property taxes and trying to balance that by increasing sales tax. There's so many different reasons why people come to Florida. I talk about them in almost every one of my podcasts. Obviously, you have the beaches here in Orlando. We have Disney. You got the springs and the lakes. You got the cruise ships, two largest cruising terminals in the world with Miami and Orlando. The list goes on, not to mention our extremely great economy and the fact that we don't have any sales tax. Add to that an $11 billion golf industry, and you're seeing even more tourists come to Florida and specifically to Orlando, because we are without a doubt the best city in Florida when it comes to golf. Golf supports over 20,000 jobs in the state of Florida, okay? Especially when you start factoring in construction jobs and all the houses being built around golf courses. That's a lot of jobs, 20,000 jobs. And it's such a great sport, as long as you don't care about your sanity, right? Golf is a mental game. And if you've played out there, if you're listening and you play, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't play and you want to get into it, you'll learn. Take lessons. It's not so much about having a perfect golf swing. It's about keeping your wits about you and just focusing on having a good time especially if you're out there. You can play with your kids. You can play until you die, right? That cliche image we have of the retired Floridian moving from New York down to Florida like Jerry Seinfeld's parents did. And, they're playing golf every day. There's a reason, because you can play golf even if you can barely walk. I mean, there's handicapped people that play golf. It's a great sport for that. And let's not forget, part of the reason I talked about how great it is for tourism and travel for Florida, that can go the opposite way. You live here in Orlando, you can go do guys trips around the country. You can fly to Ireland, Scotland. You can play golf overseas, right? You can do girls trips. I've played golf with women nearby. Say they're on a golf trip, visiting Orlando from who knows where, spending 4 or 5 days golfing every day, going around to all the best golf courses in the area. It's an amazing thing. One thing I want to turn you guys on to is an amazing app right here based in Orlando. Well, not based in Orlando. It functions in Orlando. To the best of my knowledge, it's worldwide, if not, certainly not nationwide. It's Spark, SPARK, like the spark of a flame. You download that. You sign up for free, and you can play at any of a number of golf courses, at least 10 golf courses in the Central Florida area where they have golf leagues. So Spark is essentially a golf league management app. The most popular one that I'm aware of, and it's the one I play at, is at the Dubsdread golf course again, there in College Park. You get to go there on a Thursday night. They have them on Wednesday nights. You can go at 5:30 after work. It's 9 holes only. You play with a buddy of yours that you sign up with, or pair you with a random person, and you go out there and you play golf for about 2.5 hours. It's an awesome networking event, and it's an excuse to put golf on your schedule like it is with me and my family. I tell my wife, hey, babe, look, I got Thursday night golf every week, and through the Spark League, I'm going there. I play with one of my best friends, Matt Crane. We have a great time. And oh, by the way, Dubsdread has an amazing restaurant, the Tap Room. Me and my buddies eat there after. It's been a great networking opportunity for my real estate business and my personal life, making amazing, great friends. I highly recommend the Spark app. It's a great way for a beginner golfer to go out there and start golfing consistently. You don't have to be a great golfer. That is the common misconception, I think, for the average person that doesn't play golf. If you don't play golf, start playing golf. You take a handful of lessons, and look, you're going to immediately be just about as good as everybody else out there, the average golfer anyway. We're all hackers. We're all doing our best. You have good rounds, you have bad rounds. Yes, there's going to be great golfers you're going to run into, and they're going to want to help you. It's all good. You don't need to be embarrassed. Now, look, I touched on this already. Orlando's the best city in the country. We got the biggest airport in the state, no state income taxes. We're close to the beaches. We don't get hit by hurricanes. Our real estate prices are still relatively low compared to other major cities in the United States, especially when you start talking about California and the Northeast. And we are an amazing golf city. But where do we rank, right? I've kind of teased this a couple of times. Where do we rank amongst the country's best golf cities? And what are some of the best courses in the area? 4. Yes. That is what I call out on the course often, which is what you yell 4 if you're about to hit somebody with your ball. But coincidentally, we're actually ranked number 4 nationally as the 4th best golf city in the country. That's at least per a company called LawnStarter.com. They compiled a number of data points, which includes the number of public courses, private courses, PGA, a professional golf association, ranked courses, driving ranges, things of that nature. And they compiled it all. They spit us out as number 4. Look, I've talked to many people from around the country, and they all say Orlando's the best. So I'm going to stick with that. Lawn Starter thinks we're number 4. Who do they rank above us? You got Scottsdale, Arizona, and Phoenix, Arizona, which are basically the same city, okay? But who the heck wants to live in the desert? And you got LA. So forget that. I'm not living in LA with their traffic and their taxes and their smog. We got Orlando, number 4, the best city out by far compared to all 3 of those cities. I love Orlando. With that said, we have over 170 golf courses within a 50-mile radius of downtown Orlando. Let that sink in. That is an absurd amount of golf courses. No matter where you are in Orlando, you're really only 5, 10, 15 minutes from a nice golf course. And of those, 25 of them are considered PGA level. They take pristine care of them. You walk out, you touch the grass, you're like, whoa, this is not the grass in my backyard. This is some serious grass. You almost want to bend down and eat it like a cow. And it's like the healthiest freaking grass you've ever seen. I love going to Bay Hill or TPC up in Ponte Vedra, Jacksonville, and you just touch the grass. It's just something special. We have 25 courses like that here. Some are super prestigious country clubs. So if you're looking to move here, if you're listening to this podcast and you want to move here and you want to join a country club, or if you live here already and you want to join a country club, you're in luck because we have somewhere around 12 private golf clubs in the Central Florida region. Now, some of them are very prestigious and can be extremely expensive. So you can pay upwards of $100,000 a year or a join fee. I'm not a country club expert, but you better have enough money to pay for that country club fee. Now, is it worth it? All right. I'm a huge proponent of investing in yourself. Now, if you can afford it, golf is a big part of your life. That $100,000 or whatever it is, investment may be worth it. Why? Because of the exclusivity and the networking. Now you're a member of an exclusive group that's clearly affluent. You're surrounding yourself with those sorts of people. You're going to be presented with more business opportunities, networking opportunities. So it could be a great investment in yourself. More exclusivity also means faster home price appreciation. So if you buy inside of a country club or in a golf community, in general, there's less houses available in golf communities than there is greater Orlando in general. So that means less supply for potentially high demand. That's going to lead to faster home price appreciation. Generally, real estate prices near the best country clubs of Orlando are much higher priced than their surrounding areas. Lake Nona Country Club, which is arguably the most famous country club in all of Central Florida, has an average home sales price of $2.2 million. Okay, that's average, guys. All right, we got celebrities living there. It's a nice spot. When I hit somebody's house with my golf ball, they don't seem to complain. The case in point is that the demand for golf course homes is huge. It's up nearly 50% since 2020. That's crazy. People don't care that their homes are getting hit by golf courses or that their kids are potentially in danger playing in the backyard, which is what concerns me as a parent sometimes. It's all good. People want to live on golf courses. Now let's take a step back. Imagine taking a stroll on a perfect 72-degree Orlando spring day with a bright blue sky overhead. The grass is the greenest you've ever seen, and a hawk flies overhead. A family of cranes lazily walks off in the distance. The Spanish moss is swaying gently in the branches of a giant live oak tree, and you turn to watch a turtle duck his head back down in the glassy lake. Then your buddy yells, "Hey, it's your shot." Golf courses are some of the most beautiful pieces of land available in Orlando for public consumption that we can walk on. Yes, we have tons of beautiful state and national parks here, but golf is unique. Golf courses are unique, whether you think it's environmentally friendly or environmentally negative. I think most people would probably attribute it to negative, by environmentally negative, but it's wide open. And you have this special feeling, this sense of awe when you're in a big open green space and off in the distance is all this natural beauty. It's a great reason to get outdoors and enjoy Orlando's beautiful weather and beautiful nature. Now, I'm going to highlight, with that said, some of the best courses in and around Central Florida, starting with some of the country clubs. Now, I've said we have over 170 golf courses, 12 or so country clubs. I'm not going to highlight them all here. You guys don't want to listen to all that crap, and I don't want to talk about it. I want to give you the best of the best, and you hit me up if you have any questions. Starting with Lake Nona Golf and Country Club, like I mentioned. Obviously, Southeast Orlando, Lake Nona is one of the fastest growing and nicest neighborhoods in all of Orlando. And this golf course happens to be ranked in the top 100 globally as one of the best golf courses in the entire world. And it's home to a bunch of famous golfers and other celebrities that are members of that country club. Now you have the Isleworth Country Club over there in West Orlando. It's on the Butler chain of lakes. Did you know that it was built originally on a site from a post-Civil War orange grove? Much of Orlando's land was former orange groves. So that shouldn't be a surprise to anybody who knows anything about Orlando's history that we got golf courses built on former orange groves. Now, right next door to that is the Bay Hill Golf and Country Club. That's where the Arnold Palmer Invitational is. We just recently had it. I'm recording this podcast on April 3rd. The Arnold Palmer Invitational, the PGA event, was here. It's one of the most prestigious events on tour. So you get all the most famous golfers. It's easily accessible here to Orlando citizens. You just pay the fee and you show up. It's all good. You got the Interlochen Country Club. That's in downtown Winter Park. A lot of people don't even know it's there because it's kind of tucked away in an area of Winter Park that is sort of hard to get to. And there's no reason anybody generally would want to drive through that area of Winter Park to get to other areas of Orlando. So it's hidden back there. It's very exclusive and it's very nice. Did you know it's a certified bird sanctuary by the Audubon Society? And some of the nicest and most high-priced real estate is in that general area. People want to live by Interlochen Country Club, like I said. And again, since nobody goes through there, low traffic, great schools, all the reason real estate goes up. Okay, those reasons. Now the list goes on. You have Bella Collina out there in Winter Garden. It started getting built during the Great Recession. It looked like it was going to be a big failure. It's had a massive resurgence since then. Spanish style architecture, super cool, high-end, nice. You got the Golden Bear Country Club, also in the Butler chain. Right? If you're not familiar with the Butler chain of lakes there, Shaq's house used to be there before he sold it. Johnny Damon, a lot of other celebrities have lived there and currently live there. It's a beautiful chain of lakes. So there's no surprise that we got some of the best country clubs out there too. You have Aliquot Country Clubs. Do you know about Heathrow up in Lake Mary? You should. It's just west of Lake Mary. Heathrow is actually one of the nicest, most prestigious areas of all of Orlando, and it kind of flies under the radar when people talk about the nicest areas of Orlando. We talk about Winter Park, we talk about Dr. Phillips, we talk about Winter Garden, all right? We talk about areas in and around downtown, okay? A lot of people aren't talking about Heathrow. If you don't know about Heathrow, you better know Alaqua Country Club is right there. How about checking out some megalodon fossilized teeth? All right, we're talking about the giant ancient shark. What the heck am I talking about? How about Streamsong? Streamsong Resort, albeit it's not in Orlando. It's about an hour and a half drive south and west of Orlando. It deserves to be highlighted because some business genius with deep pockets and just great vision bought an old phosphate mine and completely transformed it into, I think they're up to 3, if not 4 different golf courses out there. There's a whole resort situation built up around it. It's designed by some Germans, so the architecture is pretty stark, hard lines, very modern, but the golf out there is one of a kind. They did it in a links style course, which is more of a European kind of United Kingdom style golf, where it's more like landing your ball in the right spot, and people travel from around the world to play at Streamsong. It's that unique. I've played there. I was lucky enough to play at my buddy's 40th birthday. We're talking caddies, all that typical stuff for the high-end courses. Really, really nice. And there are tons of public courses too. Again, not going to get into all of them. There's way too many. You just need to know through the Spark app or whatever, word of mouth, you're going to find a public course right nearby. The Disney courses, obviously extremely popular. Beautiful courses, just as good as some of the other courses I mentioned. There are going to be some PGA rated courses out there. And in the surrounding areas of Disney, you have amazing golf courses. It makes a lot of sense. Imagine if you don't live in Orlando, imagine you and your family or your buddies, whatever, you come in to do a Disney trip with your families. Maybe you partner up with 3 or 4 of your friends and their families. You come to do a big Disney trip, and then the guys get to sneak away and do their kind of a pseudo golf trip. That's the beauty about Orlando. You can do all in one. Go to Disney, play golf, go on a Disney cruise, come back, do some camping, do some sightseeing, go check out our beautiful lakes and springs. I mean, tourists love this stuff. You can package it all together. One flight gets you 3 different vacations, right? You got Orange County National, very prestigious public course. The Winter Park 9, I want to talk about. It's a walking only course. There's a paradigm shift with golf courses. Now, it's happening all over the country, and it's definitely happened here in Orlando. Golf courses used to be very hard to manage. It'd be very difficult to make money in the golf course industry, and that's changed a lot considering how popular golf has become, as I mentioned before. The city of Winter Park purchased the 9-hole golf course, which is right there at the end of Park Avenue, okay? You want to talk about hitting houses with your golf ball? When you hit the ball there, you better be careful you're not hitting somebody's $120,000 Ferrari or whatever. They're driving right next to you on the brick roads. It's pretty cool, but it's walking only, 9 holes, so it's quick. You don't really need a tee time. You can just show up. You can call for a tee time. Pretty cheap because it's owned by the municipality. Winter Parks turned that from a loser into a profitable course. They mow all the grass short, so there's no rough. It makes it much easier to play. And the hard part are the greens. They made the greens challenging. Winter Park was so successful with that, and they went ahead and bought the Winter Pines 18-hole golf course over in, what is that, Southish Winter Park, an 18-hole course, totally revamped it. Guess what? It is extremely popular. It's packed. So be on the lookout for more cities, savvy cities like Winter Park, purchasing golf courses, making some money, and providing a pseudo-public service to their citizens, providing, public golf courses. My favorite local course, though, has to be Dubsdread. I already mentioned it, playing in my Spark League there. They host loads of tournaments. They have one of the best kids academies and training academies for adults too. Okay, you go out there and any given night, you see 5, 6, 12 adults out there on the putting green taking lessons. It's a great way, an inexpensive way to go out there, have some camaraderie with some similar people like you, first-time golfers, learning. And guess what? When you're done, you literally go to the tap room. It's right there at the end of the 18th green. Some of the best food in Orlando, consistently ranked the best cheeseburger in Orlando. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. All I know is it's about 3/4 of the size of my giant shoebox head. It's delicious, and it's just a great course. Somehow they take care of it. It's always in great condition. They did a multi-million-dollar renovation a number of years ago to fix the drainage issues they had, and it's tucked right in there in College Park. And some of the best real estate, really up and coming. You're seeing $1 million houses sell there. New construction pretty consistently now. More on that later. So do you want to live near a golf course in Orlando? How about in a country club? Orlando is the best city in the country, and our golf scene and golf courses and golf availability and golf tourism is one of the main reasons for that. If you want to live in one of those communities, don't forget about my real estate services. Again, I'm a listing specialist. Maybe you want to get out of Dodge and sell. I can help your home sell at not just fast, but at the highest price, especially in today's challenging, balanced real estate market. When it's balanced, it's more challenging for sellers because buyers have the upper hand. I can help you navigate that process, get that thing under contract within the first weekend. And a portion of all my commissions go to a charity of your choosing or to the New Image Youth Center where I volunteer. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my podcast on YouTube or on any of the listening services you're using for your podcast, like Spotify or Apple. Follow me on social media. I'm very active. I'm providing all kinds of useful information, new information about Orlando, insights about real estate, tips about buying and selling, specialized tips, how to buy on a lake, how to sell on a lake. Check out my podcast library where I have all that information too. I'm providing as much value as I can for you guys. I'd love to help you out. This is what I'm here for. And always know that your best life in Orlando is within reach. Keep embracing every moment. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Have a great day.